Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Vinnie here, and today I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot a no start for a Toro TimeCutter zero-turn lawnmower. Now, I do want to mention that this video may also apply to other lawnmowers out there. The troubleshooting steps are going to be very similar, so you can pretty much use this video to diagnose a few common problems with your lawnmower not starting. To also give you guys a background, I just parked this lawnmower in here at the end of the season last year. There was no problems with it before it started. It ran, everything was good. I put some fuel stabilizer in the gas before letting it sit. I let that run for about 5-10 minutes and then parked the mower for the rest of the season for the winter time. And now it's springtime and it's ready to, be brought back out to cut some grass, and of course it won't start. So what I'm getting with this mower is a clicking issue. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I do know the battery's good because I left it on a battery tender over the winter, and there is gas in there, as I said. So we're gonna diagnose this today and see what it is. All right, so I just made a quick list of things that are very common with lawnmowers when they don't want to start. So here's the things we're going to check today. We're going to check the battery, the gas, the starter solenoid, the starter itself. We're going to check all the connections because lawnmowers vibrate. We're going to check the neutral safety switch, the PTO switch, and the brake control module, or the brake controller. There's like 10 different names, but we're going to check all of those things today to make sure we can figure out why this thing won't start. And just for your guys' information, this is the Toro TimeCutter 75755. That's the model number. It's a 50-inch deck. There's 24.5 horsepower, commercial V-twin engine, and I believe it's 708 cc's. All right, let's take a look. First thing, easiest to check, do we have gas? Yes, we do. Next thing is you're gonna lift your seat up. Has this convenient prop right there for you. And we're gonna get either a multimeter or a test light. Both will work for this, and we're gonna put them on the positive and the negative to test our battery voltage. All right, so we got our seat propped up. I got a light over here just so you guys can see a little bit better. I'm gonna show you two different ways we can check the battery. One's gonna require a multimeter so you can actually check for the voltage, and the other one's gonna be with a test light just to make sure that, it does have power, but it's not gonna tell you specifically how much. So to use a test light, you're gonna pinch this clamp and put that right on the negative terminal. And then you're going to take the tip of your test light and touch the positive, and you're going to just see this light up if it has power. If it doesn't light up, then there is no power. So if you're going to use a multimeter, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the screen with the camera, but you're going to set it to DC volts, right? So DC volts, and you're going to take the black and put it on the negative, and you're going to take the red and put it on your positive. And right here, it's reading 12.2. So we do have 12.2 volts. So with that reading, we can assume that the battery is probably good. Now, with that being said though, you can still have 12 volts in a battery, or like 12.2 or 4, but there still could be a bad cell in the battery, preventing the battery from being able to output enough cold cranking amps to start the actual mower. This is the same thing with cars as well. And a good indication too is if you see the voltage and it's like 12 or like 11.8 or 9, then you might have an issue. So right now we have 12.2, so let's just pretend and assume that this is good, and we're gonna go to the next easiest thing to troubleshoot, which is actually gonna be your starter solenoid, which just so happens to be one of the most common reasons that these Toro TimeCutters won't start, or your lawnmower in general won't start. All right, so we tested the battery, it was good. Now we're gonna show you how to do the checks on your starter solenoid. So right down here, there's this black box, there's 2 red wires coming from it. One red wire is coming from the battery to the starter solenoid, and then from the starter solenoid, you have another red wire which actually works its way over towards the back of the mower where your starter's attached. So the easiest way to check this is get your test light or multimeter, and we're gonna first obviously make sure the battery has power, which If I turn this light off, you can see we have power, okay? Then we're gonna come over to the starter solenoid, and this is the wire that comes from the battery. We're gonna test that side first just to make sure this connection's good. This is on the passenger side of the mower, and you can slip the point of your test light behind. It's kind of hard to explain it, but you're gonna stick it in there. You'll see there's like a slot under this black cover that you can get the test light in there. So you can see when I slide it in there, we have power, which is great. So we know from the battery to the starter solenoid, there's power. Now, we're gonna wanna see if there's power on the other side of the starter solenoid. So when I touch the other side, you don't see anything, right? Well, that's because you actually have to turn your key to the on position. So we're gonna turn the key on, and now we're gonna touch the other side, and we still don't have any power here. So that's a problem. So that's telling me that there is something wrong right here. The power should be actually flowing through the starter solenoid with the key on. All right, now I just want to take it a step further. So just again to show you, we're on the starter solenoid. We have no power down here. We do have power on the other side of it. So I'm going to put the test light on the other side, and the key's on. I'm going to crank it and see if I get any light at all in my test light. I don't know if you can see right by my thumb. I'll do it one more time. You're gonna see this little orange glow. So it's trying, but the starter solenoid on this mower seems to actually be the problem. So if you do this whole test and that's what you're getting, the same result of, you know, no light on this end with the key on, then most likely it's gonna be your starter solenoid that you're gonna have to replace. Now, luckily, these are only online. I think I paid 25 bucks. I got mine on Amazon. I'll have links down in the description for that. You'll be able to pick that up and replace this. All right, so we know our battery's good. We know our starter solenoid is actually the problem here. But let's go ahead and just show you the rest of the troubleshooting in case those two were both good for you. So I would have moved from the battery to the starter solenoid, and then from there I would go over here to your starter and check the power down here. So if you look closely, so if you look down here, this cylinder, this is on the side of your gas tank. So like, let's call it the driver's side. You're gonna look down here and you see that red wire attached. That's your starter, and that's the wire that comes from the starter solenoid. So we're gonna do the same test with our test light on this. What we're gonna do is I have the test light hooked up. I'm gonna turn the light off so you can actually see this. I'm gonna put my test light on that wire right there, and then I'm gonna crank the engine to see if we get any light up in this test light. So you see that? It's trying. It's like starting to glow, but it's not. It's not lighting up. So that's telling me that, well, obviously we have a bad starter solenoid, but if you had a good starter solenoid, then this would have power to it. This would have a light when the key's on and when you're obviously cranking it. So, all right, and there's one other check you can do for the starter, which I have read online. There's a issue with some of the starters on these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you really quick. So you're gonna need a 10mm socket, and what you're gonna do is get this 10mm socket, and there's a bunch of 10mm bolts around the edge of this plastic cover. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And all you have to do is loosen them. So they're already loose, I already did this, but you'll be able to then open up the back cover, pull your air filter out, and once everything's loose, just make sure your oil drain hose over here is disconnected, and then this cover will just come straight off, right? So you remove that cover, and what we're looking at is down here at the starter. So since my mower won't start, I can't show you this right now, but what happens is this is your starter right here, and this is like the flywheel that it turns. Normally this will be down, And then when you turn the key on and you go to start the engine up, this gear pops up to be level with this flywheel, and then it begins to turn the flywheel to start the engine. Well, what happens on some of the Toro TimeCutters, and I believe it's the older models, is this gear will actually shoot up a little bit higher than the flywheel, and it'll get stuck up on top. So if that's the case for you, then all it really is loosening these 10mm bolts. Again, you don't have to take them all the way out, you just loosen them, and then you'll be able to kind of wiggle this starter back down into the right slot, hopefully, so you can get your mower running again. So that's just something else you can quickly check. It's just a few of those 10mm bolts, and that's about it. So that's another common starter issue. All right, next thing we're gonna check is our brake controller, or our neutral safety switch. There's a few different names for it. I've heard brake controller, brake control module. The way you can test that is get your key, put it in, turn the key to on, and then you're gonna move your handles in, and you're gonna listen for the noise. Okay, so we hear that noise, which is great, because one of the other most common issues is that brake control module going bad, which will prevent this mower from basically starting and working at all. I have seen some people bypass it. Me personally, I don't want to bypass it right now, just because the mower is pretty new, and other than this no start issue, we really haven't had any other issues. So for now, we're gonna leave it, but you move these and you hear that, then you're good. Now, if you don't hear that noise, then that means your brake control module has probably gone bad, which is a very common issue. And I'll show you now where that's located in case you have to replace it. So lift up our seat again. All right, so we have your battery, you have your starter solenoid, and then if you look right behind that, you're gonna see that black box right down there, and that is actually your brake control module. So if your brake control module goes bad, if you're moving the arms of the mower and the keys on and you're not hearing that noise, then most likely that's your problem right there. So that's the brake control module, and there is linkage under the mower that's attached to it, so don't just try to rip it right off. Maybe in the future when mine goes bad, I will definitely make a video on that. So to test your PTO switch right here, you're going to want to put the key in, turn it on, and then when you pull this up, you should listen for the click. That click comes from the back. So that's telling me that the PTO switch should be good. All right, so that's pretty much all of the troubleshooting we're gonna show today. Just a quick run through. We checked the battery, the gas, the starter solenoid, the starter itself, including the connections and everything, the neutral safety switch / brake control module or brake controller, and the PTO switch. So that's pretty much all of the checks here. We did find that I had a bad starter solenoid on this, so make sure you guys stay tuned, because I am gonna be posting a video shortly after this one on how to replace the starter solenoid. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, and that's about it. That's how you'll diagnose and troubleshoot a no start for a Toro TimeCutter zero-turn lawnmower and other relevant lawnmowers out there. This video helped you guys out. Please leave me a like. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments. I will try to get back to you. And if you're looking for more of this kind of content, then hit that subscribe button, because there'll be plenty more videos coming your way. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one coming out, because we have a bad starter solenoid, and I will be posting a video after this on how to replace that. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I appreciate you guys sticking through watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.